Hello, everybody. It is the Dennis and Andy Show with your movie review for the week. Last night, we went and saw Borderlands, based on a video game, which I'm going to go with is very popular if they made a movie off of it. I've never played it, but then I never played Fallout and watched that show and liked it. So we went and saw Borderlands. It's got a pretty star studded cast there with Kevin Hart and others in it. We will go through. Dennis, what is Borderlands about?
Well, I will say this: it's based on the award. I think it was an award-winning video game. It's action-packed. We follow a ragtag team of misfits on a mission trying to save a missing girl who holds the key to unimaginable power in the universe.
Oh,
As Andy said, I've never played the video game, but I will tell you this: when we were sitting in there, our theater was about half full, and it was mainly teenage, early 20
yeah.
guys. And they all played, and I was listening in on conversations, and I actually got to talk to some of them on the way out, and so it was interesting. So the target audience was not Andy and I, but we still want to see him for movies like Andy said, Fallout. What was the other one? The Last Man. Also didn't play that game, and that was really good.
Yeah.
So the trailer, looked interesting. Maybe a little Fifth Element-y, a little Guardians of the Galaxy. So
It,
why not?
dude, it definitely felt Guardians of the Galaxy to me so much.
Yeah.
Why don't you run down the rest of the cast of the ragtag crew
Yeah.
besides Kevin
So
Hart?
Kate Blanchett plays Lilith. Kevin Hart played Roland. Um, Edgar Ramirez was Atlas, so he's the guy that's kind of behind everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis plays Tanis. Um, Ariana Greenblatt, who I like as an actress, she played Tina. And then the little claptrap was Jack Black,
Robot.
and
Yeah.
he's the little robot. He is the comic relief of it, and uh,
So,
and then Florian Montiano. Hopefully, I pronounced it right. He plays the great big Krieg. There's your rundown of characters.
you know what else he was in? I looked last night. He played what, oh my god, what was damn it. What was Dolph Lundgren's name in Rocky? Drago?
Drago.
He played Drago's son in Creed.
Ah, see, I didn't see Creed,
I
so
didn't see those either, but now I kind of want to.
yeah.
So, the movie starts off, Kevin Hart is breaking out the little girl, uh, Tina, and basically, he's breaking her out of this prison, whatever, to return her to her dad, played by Eddie Ramirez. That's what you're led to believe. And then it cuts to Kate Blanchett's character, who's a bounty hunter, and she goes into this bar with this dude that, he's hooded. He's a nobody, doesn't matter. It's just her latest bounty. And that's when she gets offered this job to go retrieve the kid because Kevin Hart apparently did not complete what his goal was that he said, which was returning her to the dad. So Kate Blanchett is reluctant at first, but she agrees to do it. I will say, Kate Blanchett, just, born the same year we were, already had her birthday for this year. So she's double fives, 55, still looks fantastic. I mean, I thought she looked great in this movie. She had heavy, whatever it's called, mascara, eye stuff on, which I thought looked great on her. Even her hairstyle, the color I wasn't fond of, but I thought the actual unique hairstyle was pretty cool. But I thought she looked great. I thought Kevin's performance was fine. Wasn't anything over the top. I thought her performance was fine. I
Yeah.
like Kate Blanchett because she's a she's the actress that, as we saw her in Thor, and then she's been in real serious dramas. She's got a really good range.
For me, well, because this is spoiler free, so that way, if you guys want to go see it, we're not going to talk about a whole lot that's not in the trailer, but we're going to start out with this. Cate Blanchett was hands down the highlight of this entire show, the movie. Yes. And still her character, you just don't care very much about. I love Kevin Hart in everything, and for some reason they wrote Kevin Hart's character without hardly any of his comedic skills. They utilize none of his abilities in this. And the main girl, Tina, Ariana, she's dislikable in this. They wrote.
Oh my God! I'm so glad you said that, dude.
I had nobody I wanted to root for. I didn't like the villains. I didn't like anybody in there. Jamie Lee Curtis's character, she's kind of like, she reminds me of Shelton from Big Bang Theory. And
yeah, she's on the spectrum.
Quirky, but she was dislikable. None of the writing. Dude. So you got to hear this because I know you don't know this. I had to look up because the writing was so bad in this movie that I actually Googled it last night, and the writer's real name is Craig Mazin. And they took his script and they turned around and destroyed his script. Eli Roth ripped it apart. And this guy, to give you an idea, Craig Mazin, he is known for things like Hangover Parts 2 and 3, Scary Movie 3 and 4, the superhero movie, The Huntsman, Winter's War, none of which are exactly great movies. So he puts out mediocre movies.
Yeah.
And he hated this so bad what they did. He took his name off and put in like a pseudo pen name. And so when you see it, it's Joe Crumble. Was it Crumble? Hang on. I actually got to pull it up here on the writer credit. Joe Abercrombie. That is actually Craig. And if you pull up, click on Joe's name, it is just this. He changed his name. He doesn't even want to be associated with this movie. And I'm like, that makes sense. Even the guy who puts out mediocre movies said, this is garbage. I thought this movie was, oh my God, there was nothing of hardly value except set work.
Dude, I got to be honest. Because we didn't talk about it afterwards. No. And I even told you there was a mid-credit scene, and you still got up and left. And Courtney and I sat for the mid-credit scene, which, spoiler alert, not going to tell you what it is, but don't stay. It's not worthwhile. I didn't like the little girl, Tina. I didn't like her character at all. And I agree with everything you said about Kevin Hart and Cate Blanchett, and, and Eddie Ramirez, the guy that plays the villain. Just what a weak-ass villain.
Yeah,
I mean, just so weak, and it's not. I don't think it's on him as the actor, and I don't think it's really the casting. I think it's just the writing.
Yes,
it's just so weak. I mean, dude, I got bored during the movie.
I was so bored. Okay, so the trailer. I almost wish we would have played the trailer. The trailer was so much better than the movie.
Oh yeah,
and like I said. The writing was so bad, and I was like, how did this even pass muster to get through? So I looked it up. And the actual writer, like I said, Craig, he does not want to be associated with this. So he changed his name for the credits. He doesn't even want to be associated. And I'm like, there's no way. This was a fairly hefty budget. It was over $100 million for the budget. And a lot of that had to be spent on the actors and the scenery, because Andy and I, we've not played the game, we are not instantly transported into this world. So the job as the creator is you have to familiarize your audience with this world and have them enveloped into this world building. And there, when Kate Blanchett's character, when she gets in there and stuff, and there's like all this dialogue instead of showing anything, and she's like, oh well, here's the name of this, and here's where we're going, and blah blah blah, and I fight these guys, and basically like, hey, I fight them, I win, I move on, and then she's on a bus, and you're like, what? And then the fight scenes, the choreography, oh my god, vanilla, bland. I mean, Fallout, The Last Man, these all took great concepts. Dungeons and Dragons, the movie,
Yeah,
fun things, and introduced them and made them great, enjoyable films. This was not enjoyable. The robot Jack Black, it was the only time there was any chuckles, and 75% of the jokes they landed didn't land at all. I'm like, oh god, that's terrible. So
it just it was yeah, it was like I said, I got bored during it. And I'll be honest, if you want to call the end a twist, which like I said, we're not going to do a spoiler part, but I don't know about you, but I'm like, yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. No, I said the same thing. They leave you enough clues, especially when she's on the plan. You're like, oh, that's what.
Yeah, there's a twist at the end, but you know, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to figure it out. You know, if they really wanted to make it more of a twist, they shouldn't have laid out the breadcrumbs so in such a straight line.
Well, the movie does not make me want to play the video game at all. Matter of fact, I don't even want to ever look at it. So I'm good. Deadpool and Wolverine was so far the best movie of the year. This is hands down the worst movie of the year.
If only we had a crystal ball, we could have saw that again last night.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to start us out. The scenery. So the one person, whoever, and I didn't look that up, whoever was the creator for the scenes and stuff, they attempted to make it very believable. The bar scenes look like a futuristic, different bars. The planet kind of did, you know. They put some love and thought into that. That's the highlight. Kate Blanchett, I enjoyed her character somewhat. Only because Kate knows how to deliver any kind of performance. But yeah, that's it.
And she's attractive. She was attractive.
Yeah, she's good looking, and I mean, she's an amazing actress.
Before you give it your grade, another thing I thought of, is it me, or did you think that Eddie Ramirez, who plays the bad guy, that the guards all decked out in like the red armor looked like red stormtroopers?
Yes, red stormtroopers, and actually the big bad guy kind of looked like our Necronite.
Dude, I thought that too. I'm like, hey, wait a second.
I just sat there and I was going to say something and I didn't. Look.
All right, go ahead.
I'm giving this a 3.0. There were a couple of things, a couple of chuckles. I honestly, I didn't have super high expectations, not knowing the world, but wow, it was so much worse than what I thought. If you want to see this movie, just watch the trailer. It tells you about
save a lot of time and watch the trailer.
Yeah,
and then after it's been out, just go see if you can find the ending, because the trailer obviously doesn't tell you the twist or whatever. I'm a little higher than you. I'm a 4.0. Still pretty terrible. Yeah, I mean, I got bored. I don't want to get bored in an action comedy, because it definitely had the vibe of Guardians of the Galaxy. This team of, 5 people, whatever, come together and take on this cause, whatever. But Guardians of the Galaxy did it, so much better. And Eli Roth, when I think of him as a director, I think of horror movies. I don't think of movies like this. So, yeah. I mean, he did that one movie, the Green Something, which was basically these environmentalist kids go to this South American country and get kidnapped by a cannibalistic tribe, and it was awesome.
Yeah, the
So,
Green Inferno.
yeah, and that was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
But
and Glorious Bastards.
yeah,
Things like that. Thanksgiving.
yeah. So anyhow, go ahead. What are we looking at with IMDb and
So
Rotten Tomatoes?
IMDb is giving it a whopping 4.4. So they're kind of right there.
They're above us.
They are, and like I said, they're usually always a little more in the middle. And oh, Rotten Tomatoes. We'll start with the critics. Can't believe I'm more on the critic side on this one. 6%. So
Wow.
the critics hate it. The audience score is at a 51%. And I will tell you, the 51% is probably all the guys and kids and girls that play the video game. Because I talked to some of them on the way out. I was going to the restroom, so I chatted with some of. There was several group of guys that got out and walked out, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys play the game? Yeah. How was it? The movie was okay. The game's better, dude. Game's better." And we were talking and stuff like that. So the only reason I think the audience score is that high is because they weren't there to see a movie. They just wanted an extension to the video game.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
apparently some of them got it.
Courtney thought it was fun. That's what she said. So, but
Yeah.
what's awesome and fun is Kor-Drath the Awakening by me and Dennis. 64 pages of barbarian action. Kor-Drath is back with Adriana. They continue their fight against the evils of Vordoom, the Undying, to save the Shattered Reach. Kor-Drath and Adriana, this book picks up where the last one left off. That was Kor-Drath the Reckoning, which is still available as part of this campaign. In fact, the featured catch-up tier, you can get the second print with the new Budroot cover, and you can also pick up the main cover of Kor-Drath the Awakening. So they are back, and they need to protect the Black Eagles tribe from the Necronite Lilith and Vordoom, who are out to gain these artifacts so they can control the Shattered Reach. Kor-Drath already lost his tribe in the first book. He cannot lose Adriana's tribe. Definitely dive in on this one. The campaign page is full of stuff for you to look at. Preview pages, of course. The different perk levels of the variant covers. Cover A is mine and Dan Lawless on colors. Cover B is the homage cover by myself, and colors and everything. Cover C, Budroot is back doing his version of Adriana. And if you got the first variant cover by Bud with Lilith, look at that. The covers match up side by side. The characters are even in the proper scale. Lilith's a little bit shorter there, but vicious as ever. So you can get both covers. They make a great pair. And of course, we're bringing the game. There's a line art cover. I don't want to forget that. A black and white edition of the book. But we're bringing back the game module. If you're into role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons and such, you'll definitely want to get the second game module. It's a totally different story that Dennis came up with. We did a game module in the first campaign that did really well. So we're continuing that. We're also continuing the cover by Bart Sears and Dan Lawless as well. Here's a nice big shot of that. Oh, yeah. Beautiful stuff there. And we're doing something new. CBCS authorized signature, graded and slabbed. Dennis and I will sign the book, send it to CBCS, and when we get it back, you'll get it 9.4 or above. So that'll be a great addition to your collection. The first stretch goal, which we are only $101 away from, is the Vordoom playable character card. We did 4 playable character cards in the previous campaign, which are still available, and a map. This will be the 5th one, so you can play these characters in the game, or you can convert the stats and play them in whatever your favorite role-playing game is. We're also doing some great add-ons like Kor-Drath the Awakening, the layouts. I'm scanning in all my pencils before I go to inks, so you can see the process there as well. The Reckoning, we're doing a manga digest size, black and white. It's edited E for everyone. And then we're doing a full color version digest size as well. A little bit larger than the manga size, which is also E for everyone. And then the really great stuff for the role players is the Kor-Drath minifigures for role playing. The 2-inch is the standard size. Then we have a 3-inch and a 5-inch. So take your pick. They'll be in a nice clamshell packaging for you guys. And the collector's box to put all your Kor-Drath stuff in, your Kor-Drath swag. If you don't get it as one of the tiers, the Awakening tier, for instance, comes with every cover. Where is it? There it is. Comes with every cover, the game module, the Adriana trading card. If you don't get it with that tier, which we recommend, you can get it as an add-on by itself. And then, of course, we have limited copies of Kor-Drath, The Reckoning, that you can also get. I'm doing head sketches again. I'm doing full figure sketches again, where you choose the figure and you get a copy of Kor-Drath cover A. And we do have a big box which collects everything from the previous campaign, including the artist edition, oversized artist edition, and the collector box, of course. So you get a ton of stuff there. So guys, definitely go check this out. Like I said, we're at $49,899, just $101 away from unlocking that exciting first stretch goal. So go do that. And if you're into kids' books, we're doing Kor-Drath, The Christmas Miracle. It's a children's book. It is literally a kid's book, 24 pages, meant for kids, meant for early readers. There you go. There's an example of 4 of the pages from the book. Nice large art on each page, and a fun holiday Christmas story that Dennis crafted. We're doing an activity book as well, which reprints the 24 pages of story in black and white with the text to read in color, and extra pages of connect the dots, crosswords, word search, fun games and activities. Get the kids off the tech and give them some crayons to play with, is what we say. And we're also doing, scroll down here to show you, an adult version of the book where we changed not the overall story. The overall story is the same, but we're swapping out pages to give it more of that fun-loving Kor-Drath, the Reckoning and Awakening feel, where Kor-Drath takes out his enemies in bloody, gory fashion. So check that out. We're running it on Kickstarter here, where we've got 3 backers, $119, and we're running it on Indiegogo, 33 backers, $1,500. So we're actually over 1,600. We're combining the totals, so when we get to 3,000, we unlock the first stretch goal, which is, as I scroll, Kor-Drath and Adriana cutout. So another activity that you can do with your little one. You can cut them out and stand them up on your dresser, nightstand in your office, and always have Kor-Drath and Adriana with you. It's just a fun activity for the kids. So definitely, guys, go check this out. This book will be shipping in November for Christmas. I'm in the process of putting it together now for the printer and such. So get on it now before it comes down. Yeah. Good time.
There you go, guys. Well,
Good time.
we will be seeing you all Wednesday and for our regular DNA show. And we will be back next week for our next movie review in a few.
Which we have no idea what we're seeing yet. So
yeah, there's a couple of movies. We'll figure out which one we're going to go see.
That's right. And this Sunday is the Charlotte Comic-Con up in Concord, North Carolina. Dennis and I will be there, sporting 2 tables worth of stuff. So come on by and see us. And until next time, thank you for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.
Oh, yeah.